Hey everybody, and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program Challenge Accepted. We are continuing our mission to the fastest possible time to orbit in Kerbal Space Program RSS, and jumping right back into it with a almost comical design, using a single RD-170, I believe, and a bunch of disposable tanks, and some a pair of Minuteman boosters that will inevitably meet a fate very soon. There they go, burning off shortly before they had a chance to eject. But this, like about 10 hours worth of other spacecraft, just didn't quite seem to pan out. This one kept getting so incredibly close. I really thought I could just muscle it all the way through, or I thought if maybe I just change my angle or my approach, or, you know, if something, just anything changes just a little bit. See, at that time, the boosters actually made it all the way to their separation, and I really thought that we were going to get a lot closer here, but no, not a chance. Not even a little bit. So, we go back to the VAB for a bit of a redesign, this time going back to the single RS-25. I just figured, you know, maybe if I can use some of these shielded procedural tanks that do a pretty good job of blocking heat, I can keep the engine from overheating and exploding. And maybe if I use a set of 4 boosters with this massively powerful Soviet engine, I can achieve a better result. So, out on the launch pad, we'll get it up and blow it up. Yeah. Try it again. For some reason, I really like this design. It's hideous, but it seems to really just get up and go. Yeah, there was a lot of that happening. I had to add some avionics cores. As you can see, the separation there on the boosters, it was very haphazardly done, but that little bit of extra avionics control was very welcome. And now that we've got controlled flight the whole time through, we actually get to booster sep. We get clear of most of the atmosphere causing us a problem and make an earnest push for orbit. And things seem to be shaping up here pretty well. It just, I don't quite know what I'm doing. Not an orbit. Try again. We'll go for a more direct line this time and see if we can't just get a little bit more of that horizontal velocity. Engine shutdown. The sudden deceleration of losing those boosters was enough to kick the fuel away from the RS-25. So I guess we just can't really be that low. That heat shield creates so much drag there at the front. Boosters get clear that time. We'll get ourselves angled in. And looking pretty good. Enough that I feel confident to use physics warp in the middle of a high G burn. Not an orbit. Try again. This challenge unbelievably has soaked up so much of my life. It kind of has grown to obsession lengths. Just thinking, maybe this time, despite that little flip and spin, or something went wrong with the booster, maybe an engine failed, I didn't quite pay attention, but we're still going. And that's what matters. Not looking too good for us, though. Not an orbit. Dang it. But this was a design I was pretty sure of, just because I kept coming so very close. Nothing we can't afford to lose was burned off that time. Clear of the danger of burning off our engine. Yeah, man. There's so much that isn't even going to make it into this episode. Close. But not an orbit. The time on that was just a bit over 2 minutes, so that has egged me on quite a bit to think that I can do this. I just have to get the angle right. I just have to get that gravity turn right. Yeah, that was fun. And screw that launch pad. We didn't need it anyway. And, you know, it's not like time is a constraint here. I've got unlimited time to try to get this thing right. It just seems that when there's no time constraint, it takes way longer than when there is one. And I have way, way less success. So maybe time constraint challenges are more my thing. I don't know. Maybe it's the working under pressure, having to get it right. We're trying not to just haphazardly slap some tanks in a heat shield. Not an orbit. Anyway, I kind of got fed up with that design and decided to redo it a little bit, and this is what I came up with. I just condensed the RS-25 stage and tried to shield that engine more. I've replaced the heat shield with procedural fairing, figuring as those are good at dissipating heat, right? Maybe. I've also extended the boosters a little bit and made them a little bit more formidable, and maybe we can get more of our burn time off of those, get us clear of the atmosphere. So here's our first run out on the launch pad. The RS-25 will be staged in separately. It sees it has a little bit less of a runtime. Yeah, doesn't do much good under aerodynamic stresses. Try it again. Launch. We'll get into our gravity turn a little too soon. Try again. And we're up. Better. Better. Yeah. All right. Nothing we can't afford to be burned off, although we're still getting heat warnings on our fairing. We don't need them anymore. We'll save a little bit of weight by getting rid of those. We'll try to make this thing circularize. So close. 2 minutes 40 seconds, really. 2 minutes 39. Not record setting, but hey, we got to an orbit this time. And I'm excited that this thing will actually get to an orbit. I just need to figure out when's a good time to stage in that RS-25. And hopefully we can try to push below my still standing record of 2 minutes 12 seconds. Angle it in. Screw it. Let's just go for the horizon. Oh, no. Really? I need to see that again. Just to make sure. 2 minutes 50 seconds. That's even worse, but at least it was in orbit. Anyway, I'm going to keep plugging away at this and try to beat that 2 minutes 12 seconds. Maybe even get down to the minute 40 that I've been challenged to beat. But it's not looking good for this one. Let me know if you got any suggestions down below. I'd be really glad to hear them from you. See ya.